Yo, what's good? It's your boy Tinie Tempah, and you're watching Noise 11.
Welcome to Noise 11. We're here with Tinie Tempah. Check him out. It's very good to speak to you. You've been making more friends in Australia, obviously.
I have been, yeah. I really have been.
You can't help yourself. You make a lot of friends everywhere.
Everywhere. I mean, do you know what's cool? It's just nice to be able to meet people that you look up to and respect, and for them to be cool too. I promote coolness.
Yeah.
Everybody that you kind of meet and you're like, whoa, you know, they're a big star, or oh, you know, they're headlining the bill. It's gonna be a bit mad to get to them. You know, everyone's been really, really chilled out. And you know, because we've been doing like most of the major cities out here, we've had a couple days in between for traveling and stuff. So there's been a lot of like recreational time, you know, drinks at the bar and going to clubs and hanging out. It's been amazing.
So you've been getting along well, obviously, with them. But you knew a lot of these people before, Professor Green and Jessie J and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, the majority of us we're all kind of from the same place. But as you can imagine, we usually meet each other in passing. So it's like, I see you at the festival, how you doing, mate? And then, you know, tomorrow's another day. Whereas here, you know, we're in Australia, we have nowhere else to go, and we have 2 weeks.
You're stuck, man. You're convict.
Yeah, but we're stuck
here.
in a good way, and it's been great.
Right now, all of these connections. Obviously, the music is important to you, but honestly, it seems like half of your business must be just going out and hooking up with people.
Yeah.
It's mad. You're a networking fiend, and you've got the most friends of everyone. Are you drawing inspiration from other people? Is that the idea? You just want to get
to be quite honest, yeah, man,
collaboration and get people in.
Like I'm a sponge for those kind of things, and I think it kind of makes sense. You know, at the end of the day, I was that kid who was sitting down watching, you know, channels like this, watching all of my favorite artists being interviewed and performing and doing showcases. So, you know, if I have the opportunity to be around them, why am I not gonna be like, you know, how do you guys do that? And think I'm all about like living and learning. I think at the end of the day, it's a craft, it's a career path, and you can only get better and better. And the more great people around you to inspire you, the better, man.
Have you fanboyed out over anyone?
Do you know what? There's only ever been one person that I was like really like, oh my God, I can't even meet this person. I was too nervous. We was in LA one time. I'm at a place called the Chateau Marmont, and Stevie Wonder was in the next room behind glass. So it was like we were sitting here, this bit behind was glass, and then he was sitting over there with his people, and everyone was like, Tinie, there's Stevie Wonder, I know you love him. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna meet him. It's not the right time. And so that was the only person I've ever been really, really like, you know.
Just this is not happening.
Yeah.
He has to come to you, basically.
No way. I was just way too nervous. It wasn't the right time. And then there was a time I was on the plane with Madonna as well, but that was just weird. It was so funny because it was the time when England was snowed over. So basically she was
she's English now, of course, isn't she?
Exactly,
yeah.
Basically. So she was on the plane with us, and when we landed in Heathrow, there was like nobody's getting off the plane because of the snow and the ice, and we have to sort everything out. But obviously Madonna has to get off the plane, so she got off the plane, and obviously typical Poms, everybody was like, who does she think she is? You know, who does Madonna think she is? And that was quite funny. That was another quite weird time.
Right, you might get to that point. Now, we're talking about England, of course. You know, you kind of running the town in London. But
trying.
Is America the big prize?
Do you know what? I mean, any new place that you can go to that embraces your music is a big prize to me. I know it sounds weird, but I don't look at any other country as more important than another country. Obviously, like America is where everybody goes, oh, you've made it. If you've made it in America.
Especially in the genres that you're working in.
Yeah, exactly. If you've made it in America, you've made it everywhere. But as far as I'm concerned, you know, that, you know, 23-year-old kid out of London City, anything that happens outside of London or my country for me is a big thing. So, and at the end of the day, you know, like I said, it's not something that I expect to happen within the space of a year. Like, you know, I've made it and America's huge. It's like, this is a long slog. It's a marathon, isn't it? So by the end of it, if that could be a place where, you know, people really love my music and I do really big shows there and my music sells, that's great.
Well, you've got off to a hell of a start.
We got off to a really good start.
You toured with Lupe and Wale recently,
Exactly, we've toured with Lupe and Wale recently, and then Written in the Stars got a number 6 over there. So like, and they used it for the Super Bowl. So
that's crazy as well.
So fingers crossed.
See, obviously, so you know you're putting everything out there and you're really giving everything a chance.
Yeah.
And then you released a song called Lucky Cunt.
Yes.
That's not going to engender you to the masses.
Well, it's art.
It's
art. At the end of the day, you know, it's art, and it's one of those things where, you know, you put out what you believe in, and it's one of those things where I made a mixtape and I felt like, you know what, I need to express myself. I do feel like a lucky cunt. I do really feel like one. Yeah. And so why not express that to the fans? You know, if it's something that people don't necessarily agree with, it's definitely an element to who I am as a person.
The Americans, obviously, they would have got into that for Big Sean was on it, right?
Yes, yeah. But and we didn't actually even say the word on there, to be fair.
Yeah, isn't there a filthy version?
No, there isn't.
You just used it in the title, just to mess with people.
Just to mess with people, because we're like that.
Yeah, all right. No, obviously, I've got to get all the dirt I can possibly get about Demonstration, the new record.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy.
Have you? I know that you've had another enormous list of collaborations. It's the Adele one that everyone wants to know.
Yeah,
you've been pushing for it.
Do you know what? After the throat thing, I really backed away. Like, towards the middle of last year, we kind of like met in LA properly and started hanging out like a lot. And then that's when I was kind of pushing for it the most. But then after the throat thing, and she stopped touring and all that, I kind of she sort of not isolated herself, but went back in a bit because she couldn't really, you know, communicate or be out as much because she kept cancelling shows and whatever. And so I kind of just left it from there.
But
so it's one of those
Grammys
things
thing, though. The comeback. So
exactly. But I mean, she absolutely deserves it. I think it's one of those things where you never know when it's going to happen, but once every couple of years, someone does something so incredible in the world of music that gives everybody faith in music again and makes people think, you know, wow, you know, forget digital downloads, music is still selling, and she was that person. And
she just spent her 31st week at number 1 in Australia.
Do you get what I mean? So
That's
at the
crazy.
end of the day, it's one of those ones. I think she's having the time of her life, and if there's any stage, you know, in the future when that happens, that'd be great. But for now, I can imagine she must be in cloud 9. It must be crazy for her, you know?
Yeah. All right, so how far done is it?
We're like one track away. Basically what I did is, before I came here, I recorded all the demo vocals, so Australia was going to be my time to listen to it and let it sink in and let it become real, and it has been. And I think we're going to go back in April, record everything properly throughout the whole month, and then by May everything should start seeping out. But it's sounding really good. Really good.
Well, yeah, there's already a track, Till I'm Gone. Is that going to be on the album?
No, that's not on the album. That was
that's just
part of the first album for the American release.
Oh, because it's Wiz Khalifa in there. Yeah. Are you going to make less references to cricket?
Yes. Definitely. I'm sure you guys weren't happy about that.
See, we get it, but I'm just wondering, you go to non-Commonwealth nations and they're like, wow, you got friends in cricket?
Yeah,
cricket.
Okay, cricket. But then again, you know, it's all part of who I am, you know.
Yeah.
And I think people need to know, and especially, you know, when you're going to countries like America, who maybe are not so aware of our pastimes or what we're into and that, you need to tell them, you know, I'm not trying to go to America to be an American. I'm not American, you know. So
they must love your accent, right?
I mean, it works, and I try and accentuate it when I'm over there. I'm like, so hello everybody, how are we doing today?
You got upper crust, do you?
Absolutely, you have to stiff upper lip and all that.
All right, and also in that song, there's a line about royalty knowing your songs.
Yeah,
hanging with Bill and Harry, are we?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That was pretty surreal. I mean, they come down to a few festivals, and for me, it was just the whole thing of like coming from 2 different complete walks of life, you know, royalty and just some kid from like a council estate, and music being able to bring, you know, 2 very different people together. That was surreal, and so I'm never gonna live that down. I can't, you know.
All right, look, yeah, there's so much more we could talk about, but obviously we've got a lot of other people to talk to. It was lovely to get the Skinny on it, and only a month or 2?
Yeah, let's say about 2 months, everything should start coming
Excellent.
out.
And then you'll come back again, right?
Absolutely, man. Even bigger and even better.
All right. Thanks a lot.
No problem.